Good evening, Roehampton Club. We are doing another 45 minutes Pilates session. All you need tonight is a mat and a block. Let's get going. Okay, I'm headless. I need to just change my camera angle. Otherwise you can't see what I'm doing. Good, all right. Hands on hips, please. Hands on hips. 4 fingers at the front, a thumb at the back. And what I would like you to do is, with a very long spine, I would like you to think about pulling the pubic bone towards the rib cage on the exhale. And on the inhale, you reverse that movement. You're pulling the belly button in at the same time, and of course you're exhaling. So breathe out and breathe in. So what you should feel is a lengthening sensation from the tail. You should feel a hardening sensation through the tummy and almost a shrinking sensation through the waist. Now just move that spine in this way. You've got 2 more. And then you've got 1 more. Breathe out. Good. We're now going to hold this little tilt. So pull the pubic bone towards, or your genitals towards the rib cage, and hold it there. From here, we're inhaling to pull our shoulders as far up to our ears as we can. And on the exhale, we pull the shoulders down. So we elevate the shoulders on the inhale, and we pull the shoulders down on the exhale. Up again, so straight to the ears and straight back down. We're now going to take this up on the inhale, and on the exhale, we circle the shoulders back. Make it as big as you can. So inhale to elevate, and exhale to circle. Inhale to raise, exhale to circle. Good. We're now going to gently lengthen the chin towards the chest and do the same thing again. Inhale, raise the shoulders. Exhale, pull the shoulders back. So feel a deeper stretch in that neck and shoulder and really lengthen through the neck. Inhale up. Exhale to roll back down. 1 more time. Lift up. Pull the shoulders back and down. Good. And now just tilt your head from one side to the other side. And what I would like you to do now is I would like you to lengthen the opposite fingertips away from your shoulder. Spread your fingers. Let's do the other side and spread the fingers, lengthen it away. And again, you should feel a deepening in that stretch. All those fingertips away and breathe out. Breathe out as you stretch into it. You've got 1 more on each side. Last one on the other side. Beautiful. Good. We're now going to place our arms on top of one another. We're widening our feet a little bit. And then we're going to carry on watching the horizon. So look straight ahead. Please don't move your head. Do not move your head. Keep your eye line facing forward. Good. And just gently rotate the whole torso round and round. Make sure you're not holding your breath. And just keep moving deeper and deeper into this. Allow the hips to move a little bit. Good. Keep going. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring that back to the center. Take a deep breath in. Osteoporosis. Only bring the head down and gently arch through the upper back. Let everybody come back up into a lengthened position. Bring the arms up to the ears, and then everybody extend backwards. If you haven't got osteoporosis or any spinal issues, then bring this lower down. As low as you can. Really lift your tailbone up. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale to come back up again. And find that extension. What you're looking for is stretches from the heels into your neck when you come forward and downwards. And the other direction, you're looking for a tummy stretch. One more time, please. And chin to chest. Roll it down, soften those knees, lean forward. Bring it back to the top. Circle those arms and extend. Fantastic. Good. Bring the arms forward and come down into a squat. And back up again. Keep the arms in line. Good. Keep going with that. I just need to push the computer back a little bit. Feel that you can only see half of my body. Hopefully that's better. Keep going with those squats. Don't stop just because I have. I can still see you. Just keep going. You've got 4 more. 3, and really clench your bum cheek as you come up. 2. Last one. Good, and then place your hand on the hip. Stand on one leg, raise the leg up. And then gently rock over to the other side. Good, keep going with that. Rock to one foot. And then breathe out as you rock the other way. You're now going to hold it here. Tap your toe on the floor and bring the leg forward. Tap the toe on the floor. Bring the leg sideways. Tap the toe down and now backwards. Keep going with this. Make sure you feel the length all the way into your feet. If you need to hold on to something because you're a little bit wobbly through that balance, then please do that. Just keep going. Don't overlift. So don't lift so high that you're losing that balance or that you have to bend your knee. One more sideways. And relax. Good. So that standing leg gets quite tight after a while. So no overlifting and no bending of the knees. Engage. Up and down. Forward. Up and down. Backwards. And again, up and down. Forwards. Up and down. Keep breathing. Backwards. And again, up and down. Forwards. Up and down. Backwards. Last one to the side. And relax. Good job. All right, let's grab the block. If you haven't got a block, if you only have a heavy book, you can use any item really. It doesn't matter much. You can even use a shoe if you need to. So first of all, I'm going to show you from the front. I'm then going to show you from the side. So your feet, I'm just going to push my mat away a little bit so I can step forward. My feet are as wide as my shoulders. So if you start with narrow legs, you're going to be too wobbly. So arms come forward. You're going to step forward. Can you see how wide my feet still are? And then you're going to go into a lunge, bring the book or the shoe or the block above the head. Good, and then bring it forward again and push back. Good, come on, lift the arms forward. And take it down. Come back up. And push back. So if you're holding a heavy book, you might need to change to something lighter. And push back. We're going again. Lift above the head. Now we're going to hold it here. Bring your item over to the side. We're now going to thread the item underneath our thigh and bring it over to the other side. Do it again. Bend your knee a little bit deeper. You might need to lean forward a little bit and bring it out. And again, take it under and sideways. A little bit deeper. Under and sideways. One more time. Thread it underneath. Good. Bring it forward. Lift it over the head and push back. Good. Bring those arms down for a moment. A couple of shoulder rolls. We're now going to change. Step forward with the other leg. Bring the arm out. Thread underneath. You need to bend your knees. So it's all about you bending your knees. Take it down, bend your knees. Try to keep looking at the horizon. Do it again. Thread and stand tall. Thread and stand tall. 2 more. Take it under. Last one. Under. Forward. Over the crown of your head and push back. That last push back is always hard. And bring those arms to your side. Good job. We're ready for the floor. So drop your blocks back down onto the floor. I just need to do a little bit of rearranging. And then come down onto the mat. And I'd like you to do a cat-cow as always. So that's how you wait for me down there. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And you're rounding and lengthening your spine. Go on. Lovely. Make sure you tuck your tails in. I'll be with you in a second. Good, one more time. And then find neutral. So I would like you to keep your knees underneath your hips. So we're not widening our legs. We're just going to sit back as far as our knees will allow us to, with our feet and our legs parallel. I'm now reaching my arms as far forward as I can. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, you come forward into a plank. So tuck your tail in, shift your weight forward over your hands. Gorgeous. Good, and then push back again into that child's pose. And that's your level one. Very happy for you to stay with this. Let's do that again. Inhale, exhale, come forward into that plank. Now, if you can do more, you're now going to inhale to bend the elbows, exhale to push back up, and then back into the stretch. So I'm doing a tricep dip. So I'm pulling my elbows towards my hips. Let's try that again. Shoulders over hands. Tuck your tail in. Inhale to bring the chest down. Exhale to lift the chest away and stretch out. Don't worry if you don't want to do that. You don't have to. You can just come into the plank, wait for me, and then come back into the child's pose. One more time. And take it down if you want. Push up if you want. And sit back. Far back as you feel comfortable. It's good. Come back onto all fours. You're now going to drop the elbow down that's furthest away from the screen. And pop the elbow where your hand just was. Good. And then you're going to extend the leg that's closest to the screen. And then lift that up. And theoretically, if you lift your head and shoulders up, you should all be looking at me rather than away from me. Bend your knee to 90 degrees. Good. And now we're going to go into big hip mobilizers. Nice and big. Try to breathe out as you lift. Try to engage that core. So pull your tummy in. Lift your pelvic floor. Gently draw the hips towards your ribs. Change direction. Go the other way. Nice and big hip movement. Really bring that leg out and around. That's it. Out and around. Two more. Out and around. Last one. Out and around. Bring the knees down and sit back again. Back up into a 4-point kneeling position. Drop the elbow down that's closest to the screen. Extend the leg that's furthest away and lift it up. And now look away from the screen. Bend your knee and off we go. Round and round that knee goes. Breathing out as we lift. Breathing out as we lift. That's it. Keep going. I'm turning around so I can still see you. Good job. And change direction. Breathe out as you lift. Good. Make sure you've got weight on your hands. Two more big round circular motions. Last one. Fabulous. Bring those knees down and sit back into your child's pose. Wonderful. From here, we go on our side. So lie sideways on the floor for me. Pop your block underneath your head. Do make sure that you're perfectly aligned, the hips and the shoulders. The waist should be lovely and lifted, and then lengthen both of your legs. If you find that the bottom hip, like the pressure into the floor from your body weight is too much, then bend the leg. Particularly if you've got osteoporosis in the hip, you should be bending that bottom leg. Good, all right. Hand on the floor makes it a little bit easier. Hand on hip makes it a little bit harder. Lengthen your legs. So both legs are a super nice length. Good, and then lift both legs up, and then just lift the top leg and bring it back down again. So again, if you've got osteoporosis, you should not be weight bearing singularly on that hip. So I would like you to press the thigh down. And if you're also uncomfortable with that bottom leg lifted, then please come in this position, because it's quite a lot of bone against mat here if you're in the correct position. So make sure you listen to your bodies. Because I want you to feel this in your bum. So that bottom leg is just slightly lifted. You can make it a little bit easier by pressing that bottom leg into the floor. You've got 2 more. You've got 1 more. Good. Now hold both legs lengthened. And now you're going to open up those legs and then go the other way. Good. Now listen again. If you're in this position, you just do it with your top leg. So don't worry about the bottom leg. You can just do it with the top leg. Don't lose that balance. Open up those legs. Ideally, your feet are always pointed. I have to flex my point to get past the sofa edge. Good. Keep going. 6, 5, 4, and 3, and 2. Last one, and 1. Bend your knees and place them on the floor. Fantastic. Bring both arms forward. Really tuck your shoulder under, and then place your hand behind your ear. Good. Engage the core. Find spinal length and tuck your tail between your legs. On the exhale, we're now going to gently pull the elbow back. On the inhale, bring it forward again. So if you've got osteoporosis in the vertebra, you need to avoid end ranges. So you're not pulling back as far as you can. You sort of stop about 1/3 of the way, 2/3 of the way. Also, allow the top hip to move a little bit. However, if you don't have osteoporosis or spinal issues, then keep everything quite still. So the knees are facing forward, the hip bone is facing forward, and you're feeling a stretch as well as a sort of a twisting sensation from the hip bone all the way into your armpit. Keep going with that. Look straight ahead. And then exhale to find that rotation, leading this with a nicely open elbow and the shoulders just gently pulling down your back. Maybe now that you've done a few, you can increase that range of movement a little bit. Make sure your head is turning as well. You've got 1 more. Keep that elbow facing up to the ceiling as you come back. And back again. Fantastic. Good. Hold on to the hip bone. We're lifting the top leg up. We're giving that leg an internal rotation, and then we're going to give that leg an external rotation. Keep going with this. In, so knee to knee, foot is lifted, and then toe to toe, knee is lifted. Keep going with this. And again, you try to keep your hips facing beautifully forward. Bottom leg is engaging downwards. That looks good. Make sure you're fairly precise with where that knee is landing and where your toes are landing. Good, you've got 1 more. And then open up your knees. Keep your hip bones facing forward. You're now going to extend the leg and bend the leg. Breathe out. Breathe out to extend. Breathe in to bring it in. And again, breathe out to extend and bring it in. Yep, you've got 2 more. You've got 1 more. Extend the leg, Flex your foot and turn the foot downwards. Now bring that leg as far towards your chest as you can. Tap the floor and lift it back up again. Tap the floor and lift. Tap the floor and lift. Really stretch that knee out. Keep pulling the shoulder back. Make sure the waist is lifted as well as you can. You've got 3 more. Tap and lift. 2. Tap and lift. Last one. Tap and lift. Point your toe. Rotate the leg up. Close your feet and close your knees. Good job. You should have felt this all around your hip as a nice little activation. Good. Then come up onto your elbow. Swing your legs around and let's go over to the other side. Good. Lie flat on your side, please. Just open the curtains, thinking the sun will not be bothering me again. And then it did. Don't want to wish the sun away though. Okay, so you're lengthening your legs, hand on hip, or hand on the floor for a slightly easier option. Don't forget osteoporosis, bottom leg is bent. Good. Now, either press the bottom leg into the floor or keep it lifted as you lift and lower that top leg. Lift and lower. Going to really keep that length in your spine and in those legs, all the way into your feet. I would breathe out to lift and breathe out in to take it down. Keep going. You've got 2 more. Last one. Good. Hold those legs still. You're now going to start, I call it a space walk, a nice slow walk, and you really start to develop the range of movement. If you've got osteoporosis in your hip, that lower leg needs to be pushed into the floor, also if you're uncomfortable. So make sure that you just do it with the top leg if that hip is bothering you. Don't put up with pain in the hip bone. And I'm talking about that direct pressure into the floor. Waist is lifted, top shoulder is pulled back. You've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Bend those knees. Hand goes behind your head. I'm pushing my block back a little bit. Gently drop your shoulders down. Lengthen your spine, tuck your tail in. On the exhale, you rotate back. On the inhale, you bring the eye line forward again. Elbow moves to the back of your room. And make it nice and gentle if you're finding any tenderness in that rotation. Make sure you tuck your tail in. Don't forget osteoporosis, you don't want to go into the end range. And you want to allow the top knee to move back a little bit. If you haven't got any issues, keep everything nice and still. Hips facing forward and develop that range of movement as the mobility increases. You've got 1 more. Bring it back, hand on hip. Make sure the shoulder pulls down your back. You've got knee to knee and foot to foot. Opening and closing the hip, mobilizing through the hip. Of course, if you've got a little bit of arthritis in the hip, which is generally feeling a little bit sore, make the movement smaller. So always react to your body. Doesn't mean that it will be painful next week. It might just be this week. So don't force anything. Good. Hips are as still as you can get them. Waist is lifted. We're going to do 1 more. We're going to hold that leg open. We're extending the leg and bending the leg. We're extending. And then tap those big toes back together. And then you breathe out again as you extend. Do it again. Breathe out. Bring it back in. You've got a couple more. Breathe out. Last one. Breathe out. Good. Hold it there. Flex your foot. Turn the foot down. Bring that leg nice and close to your chest as you lift and lower. Really work on that leg length. This is where it starts to get a little bit burny, a little bit acid in that muscle. Do as many as you can. Have breaks if you need to. Pull the top shoulder back. Keep that core pulled in. The leg goes up and down, so we're not going forwards and backwards. We're going up and down. 3 and 2. And that last one, pull it up. Turn your foot, point your toe, close your feet, and finish the movement. Fantastic. Well done. Okie dokie, let's go and roll onto our back. I've just lost my block, so I just moved the block away. And I'm just going to start by pulling the knees to my chest. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of a rock. Been struggling a little bit with lower back pain. So I just want to give that a little bit of a break and a massage. Good, good. Bring your feet onto the floor. Arms are alongside you. Chin is pulled forwards. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, you start your pelvic tilts. So thinking about pulling the belly button towards the floor and then gently pulling the ribs towards the hips and the hips to the ribs. Make sure you breathe out in that movement and you breathe in to reverse. You should feel how the lower back gently kisses the floor and then raises gently away from that floor. Our next exercise is all about maintaining that contraction. So at the moment you're contracting and lengthening, and now you're just going to contract. So pull the 2 hip bones towards you. Feel how the belly button pulls in and then lift one leg up into tabletop and then the second leg. Beautiful. Then lift the first arm up over shoulder and the second arm over the shoulder. If the shoulders or the arms are too much, then please bring that back on the floor. We are now going to toe tap as we drop one long arm above our head and back up again. You want to breathe out in the full length of the movement, and you want to breathe in when the arm and the leg are above your chest and hips. Keep going with that. So just do the legs if you find it's too much doing arms and legs. And I'm moving diagonally. Now, if you've got the space, what I would like you to do, and if you've got the strength, to make it a little bit harder, you can lengthen the leg forward and pull it back up again. Lengthen the leg forward and pull it back up. But you need to breathe out in the full length of that movement. The arms don't go towards the hips, the arms go overhead. That's it. Make it look elegant. Keep those hip bones pulled towards the ribs and the ribs to the hips. Keep pulling that tummy in and keep exhaling. Inhale when you're here. Exhale to move. Inhale now. One more time. Exhale to move. Inhale. And then pull the knees to the chest. So I hope you felt this in your tummy. It looked good. It's unfortunately very difficult on that little tiny screen to see whether you were rocking on and off that lower back. But it looked nice from what I could see. You're now going to fold one ankle over the side. And then you're going to take the hand and you're just going to gently press into that thigh that you've crossed over. Good. And what you should feel is a deep set stretch within the hip. If you're in this position and there's absolutely no stretch, then I recommend you pick up the standing leg and pull that closer to you. I'm not going to do that because I can feel the stretch in the position where the foot is on the floor. And sometimes a gentle stretch is almost more beneficial than a really deep stretch. But you know your body best, so react to it. Good, we're going to Keep our legs crossed over. We're going to place the standing leg down if you have lifted it up. We're then going to bring our arms into T, and then we're going to go into a twist stretch in that crossed over position. Good. Go slowly and make sure the core is engaged. I can feel the stretch in all sorts of places around my hips, in my bum, in my lower back. And if I really focus on lengthening my fingertips away from the movement and gluing the shoulder into the ground, I can also feel it in my chest. Let's do a few more. Last one. We're now going to come to the center. We're unfolding the leg. We are folding the other leg over. We're going to take the hand and we're just going to hang out in this position. So push the hand into your thigh. If you can't feel anything, then pick up that standing leg again and pull it towards you. That will give you a deeper stretch, but not necessary if you have the stretch going in the position where the foot is on the floor. Some people need to pull the leg towards them on one side and not the other side. So it's entirely up to what you can feel. And both hips are different. So just react to what you can feel rather than what I'm telling you. All right, let go of that thigh. Bring the arm back out again. We're going back into the twist. Keep the legs as they are. Making sure that you're gently pulling the hips towards your ribs, particularly on the way up. Increase that range of movement a little bit with each one that you do. See if you can feel the chest stretch as well as the lower back of the hip bone stretch. One more on each side, please, before we move on. Last one. And bring that back to the center. We're now going to unfold our legs. Bring them hip width apart on the floor. Bring the arms long alongside us, palms down. 2 pelvic tilts, and on the 3rd pelvic tilt, you're going to start your precision bridges. That's the one where you peel your spine away from the mat, bone by bone. And don't forget, as soon as your hips lift the mat, you need to start clenching that bump cheek. So clench the bump cheek, raise and lift. Shoulders are down, lengthen your knees away from the shoulders. Feel how the front of your whole body opens up. Inhale at the top and exhale to bring it back down again. So if you've got osteoporosis in your spine, you have to make sure that you've got a really good shoulder engagement here. So when you come down and up, that you're not weight bearing into individual vertebrae. So your feet and your shoulders create the stable backdrop of your bridge. And then the movement is soft and gentle over the top. But really, that should be the case for all of you. But it's a little bit more important if you've got osteoporosis, so that we're not weight bearing into a single vertebra at any time. Good, let's go up. Good. And then just hold it here. Pull the chin forward and really, really clench your bum. I would like you to lift both heels up and both heels down. Both heels up, both heels down. Both heels up, both heels down. That's your level 1. Both up, both down. Level 2, both up and one leg into tabletop. All toes down, all heels down. Let's go on the other side. So lift the heels, lift the leg into tabletop. Then bring the toes down, heels down. That's your level 2. Level 3, heels up, full long leg up to the ceiling, toes down, heels down. To the other side. Heels up, breathe out, full long leg, toes down, heels down. Good. Keep going, whichever level that you're working at. Find the level that works for you. So either just a double heel lift, or a double heel lift and then a tabletop, or a double heel lift with a long leg. We're going to do 2 more. Looking good. Nice, elegant legs. Last one. Keep tucking the tail in, please. Good. Both heels down. Inhale and exhale to roll it down, bone by bone. Good. And now we're going to cross one leg completely over the other leg. Good. And then pull both knees to your chest and find your bum cheek stretch. Pull the leg that's closest to you diagonally across your body. Increase the stretch by changing the position slightly and by just tucking those knees a little bit closer to you. Let go. Refold the other way and do the other side. And if you can't feel it, start fidgeting around. See what you need to do. Where does my body weight need to be in order to find this stretch? I've got 4 more deep breaths. 3, 2, and 1. And let go. Good. Turn onto your side, coming up into a seated position. Good. So osteoporosis, you need to come onto your knees, pull your shoulders back and down, and then you're going to lengthen the spine side to side, breathing in to go down and breathe out to come up. So we're working the obliques here. Make sure that you're pulling the hips to the ribs and the ribs to the hips. That's your osteoporosis option. If you don't have osteoporosis, come onto your bum, place your feet with your toes lifted on the floor, hold on behind your thighs, and then come back in a C curve. So your spine is nice and rounded. You're then going to lift those arms up. So really feel that deep core engagement and the roundness in your lower back. Place your hands behind your ear and then lift one leg up to pull the elbow to that leg. Breathe out and breathe in. If this one is too much for you, then do the one that I've introduced before, because that is a much easier position to maintain. Think about the length, osteoporosis people. Think about the length of your spine rather than trying to reach to the floor with your hand. So think about reaching the crown of your head over to the side. For us, we just do as many as we can. We've got 4, 3, 2, and one last one. 1. Good. And then everybody sit on their bum cheek, flex your feet, and then stretch forward into it, pushing the knees down, feeling the hamstring stretch. Good. Now listen, if you can, hold on either around your shins or around your toes, and then just pull yourself a little bit deeper forward from the hips, not from the upper body. So I don't want to see an upper body roundness. So just hang on a minute, come out of the stretch again. Come out of the stretch again, because You're too curved here. I need you to come forward with a long spine. That's it. The stretch becomes a lot deeper if you come forward with a long spine, and you won't be able to lean quite so far forward. That's it. Don't arch or don't round that upper back. Flex your feet. Push the knees down a little bit more. You've got 4 more breaths. 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Good job. All right. Come on onto all fours again. Find the cat-cow one more time, like we had at the beginning, where you lengthen and shorten that vertebra. Then come into neutral. Imagine you've got a torch attached to your bum cheek, and now you are circling a light circle behind you on the wall. Making it nice and round. So it's a hip movement in a circular fashion. Try to keep your upper body movement to a minimum. That's it. You're tucking the tail in, then you're lengthening the spine, and then change direction. Draw the light circle the other way. Maybe make it a little bit bigger, so tuck your tail in just a little bit more. So you've got 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. Beautiful. And then come up onto your knees. Good. We're now going to just finish off with a little bit of a hip motion. So you're going to pull the leg out to the side and bring the foot forward. Yeah. And then you're going to pull the leg out to the side again and bring it back. So I'll show you from the front. So I don't want you to just pull the knee forward. I want you to lean and circle. That's it. And then bring that back. So around and forward. You need a good portion of balance for this, and back again. Good. Keep going with that. Keep going with that. So if you've got knee issues and you can't do this on the floor, you stand and you do the same thing. You just bring the leg out to the side and you bring it down again. So it's the same movement, but not on the floor. You've got 4 more. And 3. And 2. Good. Now listen, I want you to finish on your stronger leg. So the stronger leg forward. Good. And then you're going to stand up from here. Try not to use your arms and stand up. Good job. Well done. Excellent. Couple of shoulder rolls backwards for me. Couple of shoulder rolls backwards. And that is it for today. Well done, everybody. Good. All right. I'm just going to turn the recording off. Thank you for being here.